A trembling Earth reaching the edge of its frequency. It feels as though the planet itself is vibrating at a limit, as if Earth is holding a frequency it can barely sustain. Sensitive people notice this as a heaviness in the air, a sense that something vast is humming just below the surface. In Western circles, many call this planetary ascension, energy or collective frequency overload. It's not science fiction, it's the very real sensation that Earth's vibration is accelerating faster than we are used to. For those tuned in, it feels like a threshold moment where the planet is preparing to release old energies that no longer fit the rhythm of what is coming. All right, let's dive in. We'd love it if you could subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Why late 2025 is the breaking point for hidden energy patterns? Hidden beneath the routines of daily life are long-standing energetic patterns, old agreements, outdated systems, and unconscious habits. By late 2025, these patterns reach a breaking point. In the U.S. and U.K., spiritual seekers often describe this as the point of no return. It's not meant to inspire fear, but recognition. Just like tectonic plates building tension before a quake, subtle forces have been stacking pressure for years. The release comes when it can no longer be postponed. Late 2025 isn't random, it's the moment. When enough collective energy converges to push humanity past a threshold, familiar bonds dissolving like sand slipping through your hands. One of the clearest signs of this shift is how human connections begin to unravel. You may notice that bonds once central to your life feel as though they are dissolving, not with anger or dramatic endings, but quietly, inevitably, like sand slipping through your fingers. In English-speaking cultures, people describe this as drifting apart or falling out of resonance. Spiritually, it's not loss but reorganization. The relationships that no longer align with your vibration are naturally releasing, so that space can open for the ones that belong to your next chapter. Strange tensions rising in families and friendships. At the same time, connections that remain may feel charged with unusual tension. Conversations spark disagreements over small things, and long-standing dynamics suddenly feel unbearable. In the West, people might label this energetic friction. What's really happening is that rising planetary frequency exposes what was always hidden patterns of control, unspoken resentment, mismatched values. These tensions are not here to break you apart, but to bring truth into the open. Some connections will heal and transform, others will fade away. Either way, the pressure is a signal. The energy of old bonds is reaching its limit. The invisible pressure that makes old systems collapse. Look around, and you can already feel the weight pressing against structures we once thought were unshakable. Governments, corporations, education systems, even financial institutions, they all show cracks. In the West, people sometimes describe this as the system breaking down, but spiritually it's more precise. It's the invisible pressure of frequency forcing what is outdated to crumble. Like a bridge designed for lighter loads, old systems cannot carry the rising vibration. Collapse is not failure, it is inevitability. The invisible pressure ensures that anything built on fear, control, or rigidity cannot survive in the higher frequency we are moving toward. Physical sensations when collective energy overloads. When humanity as a whole enters energetic overload, our individual bodies mirror it. You might notice headaches, ringing in the ears, sudden fatigue, or bursts of restlessness without explanation. In English-speaking spiritual circles, people call these ascension symptoms. They are not random. They are signs that the collective shift is flowing through your nervous system, your cells, and your energy field. Just as an electrical grid flickers under too much load, your body flickers when collective vibration spikes. The key is not to panic, but to listen. Your body is telling you how to adjust, how to rest, and how to anchor during the turbulence. Emotional storms as signs of a deeper planetary shift. On the surface, it may feel like everyone is just more irritable, more anxious, more divided. But underneath these emotional storms are signals of Earth's deeper transformation. In the U.S. and U.K., people might explain it as collective stress or social tension, but spiritually it's more than psychology, it's energetic release. Old pain, generational trauma, and unspoken collective wounds rise to the surface. When the planet shakes off stagnant energy, these storms are uncomfortable, but they are also purifying. They clear the field so new patterns of compassion, unity and awareness can take root. Why some people feel liberated while others feel crushed. Here's the paradox: the same shift that makes one person feel lighter makes another feel trapped. In Western spirituality, this is often described as rising, with the wave versus being pulled under. Those who release attachments and welcome change feel a sense of liberation, as if chains have fallen away. Those who cling tightly to old patterns experience the opposite. The shift feels like unbearable weight. The difference isn't luck, it's vibration. Liberation comes from flow, resistance creates pressure. The same energy is at play, but how you meet it determines whether you soar or collapse. The role of synchronicities in guiding you through the collapse. When familiar structures begin to fall apart, guidance often comes through synchronicity. You think of someone and they suddenly message you. A book falls off a shelf, opening to the exact passage you needed. You glance at the clock and it reads 11:11 again. In Western culture, many call this meaningful coincidence, but spiritual seekers know it as coded communication from the universe. These synchronicities aren't random, they are breadcrumbs laid out for you to follow. In times of collapse, they serve as markers, reminding you that you're being guided step by step, even if the larger picture isn't clear yet. Ancient wisdom echoing that endings are secret beginnings. Across cultures, there's a recurring truth: endings are never final. Indigenous teachings from the Americas speak of cycles of death and renewal. In Celtic lore, Samhain marked not just the end of harvest, but the threshold to new life. Even modern Western traditions echo this, through phrases like "when one door closes, another opens." Spiritually, these aren't just poetic words, they are encoded, reminders that collapse clears space for rebirth. What looks like destruction is often preparation. Ancient wisdom tells us to view endings not with despair, but with reverence, because within them lies the seed of what comes next. How to stabilize your vibration when everything is falling apart. When chaos rises, your first instinct may be to grasp for control. But stabilization doesn't come from tightening your grip, it comes from grounding your vibration. In the U, S, and U. K, practices like mindfulness meditation, breathwork, yoga, and journaling are popular because they anchor awareness in the present moment. Spiritually, these are more than coping tools, they are energetic stabilizers. When you choose stillness in the middle of turbulence, you remind your nervous system that you are safe, and your frequency begins to harmonize. Stabilizing doesn't mean denying chaos, it means becoming the calm center through which it passes, the glimpse of a new world that emerges once the old bonds are gone. After the collapse, something subtle but unmistakable begins to emerge. The air feels lighter, time feels more fluid, and connections carry deeper meaning. In Western spirituality, many call this New Earth or the higher dimension. It's not a different planet, it's a shift in perception, a new frequency layered over the same world. You begin to notice synchronicities multiplying, opportunities flowing with less resistance, and relationships that feel divinely orchestrated. The glimpse of this world is already here in flashes of clarity, in moments of profound peace. Once the old bonds dissolve completely, those glimpses become daily reality. Before we end, I have one request for you. In the comments, write down the version of your ideal self you want to become. There's a saying, when you give your dreams words, they start becoming real. And when you write them as if they've already come true, the universe listens even more powerfully. So go ahead, leave a comment about your dream life, written in the past tense, as if it already happened. The universe is always ready to hear your desires and bring them into form. Let your words flow into the comment section and send your vision out into the universe. And don't forget, when you see someone else's dream, celebrate it. By lifting each other up, the energy multiplies. From the bottom of my heart, I'm wishing for all your dreams to come true. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you felt something today, please subscribe, give a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. I started this channel from Japan, hoping to help people around the world live better lives. My English might be a bit rough, but I hope you'll stay with me on this journey. This channel shares videos that help you understand how to live in the age of air just by listening. Subscribe so the next message finds you automatically. Thank you.